the companies operating in these sectors to face the effects of the crisis. Three types of help. Financing one, social one, to help the companies to maintain the employment, and commercial and promoting one. For the commercial and promoting one, Morocco Export finance roughly 80% of the marketing expenses involved in promotional activities for the companies. Then we have done a large campaign to sensibilize the companies to this help, because we would like to help the companies to keep moving around the world and to seek the opportunities. And then we intensified the promoting activities, business-to-business meetings, participation in specialized fairs, communication, and labeling. And in 2009, we have realized twice of actions were realized in 2008. And we have doubled the participation of the companies. In 2008, we had roughly 300 companies who participated directly to our promoting actions abroad. In 2009, we have mobilized 800. 800. It's the time of the crisis, but we communicated to keep the companies going ahead and not to lose the opportunities, even if this, the time is for crisis. And for that, we have also devised our strategic plan. Our strategic plan targeted strategic markets for Morocco and strategic products and the new ways to promote the products abroad. But we were conducted to adjust what was devised before, because our strategic markets are mainly neighborhood and European market, mainly. And we were obliged to go ahead with all the other sectors. Electrical sector, construction sector, engineering, pharmaceutical, to go to African countries. Because
that sounds like a change in market focus, which is something that I think is
not just to manage the constraints imposed by the crisis, because our main markets, mainly we export agriculture, agribusiness products, we export textiles, mainly. And we changed just in order to go ahead with the other sectors to Africa. And we innovate in organizing what we call Caravan Africa Expo. Caravan Africa Expo. And we succeed in having, in 2 times, 100 companies participating with us. And this is a big mission conducted by the Minister of Foreign Trade.
Thank you very much. I have heard the sector development, sector-specific programs, financial stimulus packages. It seems Morocco took advantage of a couple of those. I've left Chongqing for last simply because as you know, it's a province of China that got a lot of support from CCPIT, and I'm anxious to hear and for us to understand with concrete examples what kind of specific programs were put in place to help Chongqing respond to the crisis and to achieve the growth it has over the last couple of months.
Thank you, Chairman. As the institution to promote the city's export and trade, here I would like to give you some brief ideas about the cases of those companies who influenced by the global crisis. Chongqing, as the inland city, influenced by the global economic crisis. In terms of the companies, there are mainly three signs for the companies influenced by the global crisis. One is the great decrease of their export, especially the decrease of the long-term order. For example, the Dongfeng ship factory before the crisis, every year it has a $300 million order, but after the crisis, because the main order is from Greece, so after the crisis, the order has been reduced by the influence of this global crisis, and the new order are very few. So the enterprises like this are many. And the second is that the appreciation of the RMB. So this caused the cost of the export enterprises increase. So, for example, one enterprise in Chongqing, the profits of this company is about 5%, but at the end of, by the beginning of the year till now, we can see that with the appreciation of the euro, cause this enterprise's first half year's revenue remarkably dropped, and it bears some losses as much as 10%. And the enterprises suffer like this a lot. The third sign is that the recycle circle will become longer than ever before. For example, some of those enterprises for letter of credit and insurance, with the beginning of the global crisis, one of our enterprises who doing business with export to Libya, this enterprise was rejected to get loans from the bank. So such cases happen also in some developed countries. And these enterprises are rejected by some banks from getting some loans. So because of the adverse influence of the global crisis, so our export reduced 20% in Chongqing. So this is the first time I saw in the recent 10 years in the city. As an institution for promoting trade, we also face many challenges. Meaning two aspects. The first is that the traditional service and supporting initiative are not enough to cope with the problems and some other crisis of this financial crisis. And we cannot solve the problems as I mentioned just now. And the second challenge is that our support to our enterprises are not enough to help these enterprises to overcome the difficult situation in global crisis. So, of course, we have taken a lot of measures to cope with this crisis, but this is not enough and not sometimes not that effective.